Welcome to the Sapiens Spectrum channel. Subscribe this channel for your historic diary. On a fateful winter night, amidst the serene beauty of the Mediterranean island of Elba, a shadow loomed over the horizon of European politics. With stealth and determination, Napoleon Bonaparte, the legendary figure of the French Revolution, embarked upon a journey that would change the course of history. Exiled to Elba following his defeat in Russia, Napoleon appeared content to lead a quiet existence, far removed from the tumultuous affairs of state. Yet as the snowflakes fell gently outside his palace windows, the master strategist plotted his grand comeback. With a small band of devoted followers, Napoleon slipped away from Elba during the early hours of February 26, 1815. Despite being under close surveillance by both Austrian and French forces, he managed to evade detection and reach the mainland. Within 2 days, he found himself standing on French soil, ready to challenge the Allied powers that sought to keep him confined to obscurity. As word spread of Napoleon's audacious escape, the French populace greeted him with jubilation. Soldiers who had previously fought against him laid down their arms and joined his cause, shouting, "Vive l'Empereur, long live the Emperor," as they rallied around him. Less than a month after stepping onto French soil, Napoleon was once again in command of Paris. The newly appointed King Louis XIII fled to Belgium, leaving Napoleon free to pursue his vision of a restored France. Napoleon's exile on Elba had a significant impact on his relationship with the British, sparking rumors and suspicions about British involvement in his escape. Lord Burghersh, the British minister in Florence, expressed regret that there was a widespread belief that the English were complicit in Napoleon's escape from Elba. This sentiment was echoed in France, where there was a perception that the English had allowed Napoleon to escape to incite civil unrest in France. The proximity of Elba to the mainland raised questions about whether the British had intentionally facilitated Napoleon's escape. Admiral Sir Sidney Smith pondered whether Napoleon had planned his departure based on the geographical closeness of Elba to the southern coast of France. Additionally, there were reports that Napoleon had considered being moved to England, where he believed he could communicate with his supporters more effectively than on Elba. Despite these suspicions and rumors, Napoleon's exile on Elba was characterized by a sense of legitimacy and sovereignty over the island. The Treaty of Fontainebleau granted him full sovereignty over Elba as a personal property, making his rule on the island entirely legitimate. However, circumstances eventually led Napoleon to return to France, leaving behind the perfect legitimacy of Elba for the contingent legitimacy of reclaiming power in France. After Napoleon's return to power in 1815, his relationship with the British took a dramatic turn. Following his escape from Elba and return to France, the British and their allies found themselves once again in conflict with Napoleon. The armies of the Duke of Wellington and Gebhard Lebrecht von Blücher decisively defeated Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo, marking the final defeat of the French emperor. Napoleon's return to power reignited hostilities between France and Britain, leading to a renewed military confrontation. The defeat at Waterloo spelled the end of Napoleon's rule and led to his abdication on June 22, 1815. Subsequently, he attempted to seek refuge in the United States, but was prevented from doing so by a British squadron. Ultimately, Napoleon appealed to the British government for protection, which was granted, leading to his exile to the remote island of St. Helena in the southern Atlantic. In conclusion, Napoleon's return to power in 1815 reignited hostilities between France and Britain, culminating in his final defeat at Waterloo and subsequent exile to St. Helena under British supervision. This period marked a significant chapter in the tumultuous relationship between Napoleon and the British during the Napoleonic Wars. Click the description below for more information. Thank you very much for your listening. Check back often.